welcome, guys. Welcome to another episode of Just Everyday People. I'm so happy to have you. So today we have a very, very special guest, very, very near and dear to my heart. His name is Segun Akinola. So I've known him for going on about 10 years now. We served together in church in the music ministry, and this man has a word, I promise you. So please strap in, stay tuned, and be blessed. Welcome, Brashegun, to the show. Welcome, welcome, welcome. So for those of you who don't know, let me read off this man's accomplishments. Please take a seat. He is a business owner. He is a musician. He's a writer. He's a blogger. He's a husband. And he's an amazing father too. Last time I counted, I think it was it 5 or 6? Oh my God, so about 4 boys. Amen. 3. Oh, 3. I'm sorry.
Not 4.
Are you sure? 3 boys. Amen. I will tap that grace. Amen. But yes.
I'm into that.
Sorry?
Are you tapping into that?
Yes, I am.
Be very careful.
Are you sure?
Be very careful into what to tap into, you know.
Oh man, I think it's the idea. I just really want like a house full of boys just running around, and then the idea to impact their lives. I don't know.
Yeah, it sounds fun. To an outsider, because you're not in the real.
True.
you're not on scene.
True.
You're not on location to see how it goes. So.
But yeah, Brasha, thank you so much.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for joining the show. I really appreciate you for giving your time to come. So yes, as you know, how the pretty much the flow of the show is. We kind of flesh out, purpose in its entirety. But then the idea is we try to, pinpoint wisdom, knowledge, experience from everyday people just like us. So if you could give us like maybe a little brief history, maybe where you're coming from, maybe some parts of your journey, and where you find yourself today, if that's okay.
Wow, that's a very.
I mean, there will be some parts. So maybe along your journey, maybe there'll be some parts where I'll ask you to maybe elaborate a bit more, and then maybe we'll try and see if we can tie in maybe how you developed so many skills into being the man you are today. But yes, please.
Okay, I was born in Nigeria, and I was raised in Nigeria.
Okay.
And at some point in my life, I thought, I needed a fresh start.
Okay.
Things weren't actually going according to how I wanted it. And I thought I had so much more in me that the environment then that I was living was not conducive for me to bring out what I have in me. So I thought there's no need struggling with the environment. There's so little I can do in terms of that. I need to go to a new environment and have a fresh start, So after a series of attempts, I got the visa. You know how the story goes. I don't know if it was straightforward for you, but for me, it was tough. After several attempts, I managed to secure my visa as a student, and I came here, and that was 15 years ago.
Wow.
So I'm quite settled here.
Okay.
I have my family here, and the environment has really enabled me to bring out some of the things I have in me.
Okay.
So it wasn't here that I became who I am now. It had always been part of me.
Okay.
But I couldn't express myself.
Wow.
due to, certain issues and, things not in place.
Okay.
So
Wow.
over time here, it's not like things are that straightforward. Not like you tap your fingers and things happen.
And things just happen, yeah.
But when you have a system that works, that's half of the problem solved,
Okay.
So you are able to key yourself into available opportunities and do what you have to do.
Okay.
So I sing, I write, I have a clothing label.
Yeah.
What else do I do? I create. I create.
You're an animator.
I create learning content for Yoruba language.
Yeah.
So and I also have a family to run. So sometimes it seems like 24 hours is not enough to do all these things. So over time, I've managed to structure my life in such a way that I can make every hour of my life count.
Okay.
So yeah.
Wow. Okay.
There have been challenges, and they will come and go, depending on how you approach them. If you hide from them, they stay. But if you face them headlong, look at them in the eyes and try to see how to, go around them, or go over them, or how they can change the course of your life. Because sometimes chaos comes, it's inconvenient, but sometimes it help us to go in the direction we should be going.
Yes.
So oftentimes we try to struggle with it and want to make it go our own way, but you might, if you pay attention to what these challenges are trying to tell you, what this chaos is trying to the direction is trying to steer you towards, you would see that at the end of the day, it's not entirely bad, like we see them like being negative, but sometimes they help us towards the path that we should be going.
Okay, awesome. Wow, thank you for that. That was actually very interesting. Okay, so now, if it's okay with you, I'd like to maybe spend a bit of time really just kind of understanding a bit about your upbringing. So, in our day and age today, it's really really important to understand your present situation and how it can help or hinder you into moving into purpose. Now, you spoke to the effect that where you grew up, which is in Nigeria, that just the system itself was very very hard for you to become who you needed to be, which is also interesting because at that time, even then, you knew who you wanted to be, but you knew there was something wrong with the area. Could you speak to that effect as to maybe how your environment can play a part in either hindering or helping you, within your walk to purpose?
Okay, so first and foremost, I think the first thing we have to dwell on is people have to find out who they are. If you don't know who you are, you don't even know if the environment is hindering you or helping you, because you can't even find yourself. So
when did you make that discovery?
Sorry?
When did you make that discovery of who I am and what I have to do, what I have to bring, what I have to offer?
I think this is not it's not something you wake up and say, I've discovered who I am.
Okay.
This is an inner struggle. It's in you. You when something doesn't sit well with you, you know it. Even if you don't find the answer then, but that is the beginning of something. That the point you start probing things around you, that is the point of awakening.
So it's
That
like
is
a
the
shoe that
point
doesn't
that,
fit, or like a shirt that doesn't fit. You kind of feel like there is something. It's just not
yeah,
right.
yes. Like we say, the day a madman realizes that he's naked, that is the day he becomes sane. Because you see a madman, you're telling the madman is naked, the madman is looking at you that you are the one that is.
Yeah.
But the day he looked at himself and said, "Oh,
What am I doing?
why am I like this?" That is the day he's come back to his senses. So the moment you start having that, you start feeling uncomfortable with yourself, within you, that no, this is not how I want to live. This is not, I think I'm more than this. I think something is not right. That sets you on the course of finding who you are. Now, when we talk about purpose, because oftentimes we
Passion?
confuse purpose with, what do you say?
Is it passion? Like what I'm passionate about?
Yes, we confuse purpose with passion.
Okay.
So I will explain briefly
Okay.
what the differences are
Okay.
and where they meet.
Okay. That's perfect.
So passion is something you do that you just enjoy.
Okay.
It's for you.
Okay.
You wake up and you just have a go at it. They don't ask you to do that particular thing and you frown your face.
Okay.
It's a pleasure to
work.
you at any time. Yes, and it comes natural to you. Right? On the other hand, purpose is what you do for the benefit of others.
Wow. Okay.
So what you pour yourself into for others to benefit or to gain from.
Wow. Okay.
That is a purpose.
Okay.
And every one of us has been created to live on this earth to serve one purpose or the other. Now, where they link is that oftentimes your passion, what you love to do, what comes natural to you, what you don't struggle to do, might be the means by which you can fulfill your purpose.
Yeah.
So, for example, let's look at these footballers.
Okay.
Some of them have gotten to an height now where when they sneeze, the whole world pays attention.
Oh yes.
So now they use their platform to help.
Yes, to give a voice to those who don't have.
Yes, they use their platform and the opportunity they have, to raise other people up, to create a channel where, blessings can flow to other people. It's not all of them that are doing it. Some will use their money for luxury and, we can't blame them. They might not have a purpose
or the understanding of
do
purpose.
that. You understand? And some do it that we don't know. But I just use that example because it links. These guys just want to play football. Whether you play them or you don't play them, they just want to play. They derive pleasure from it.
Yeah.
But then he has given them a platform where they can reach 7 million people with just one post.
Yes.
And they can use whatever they say to either change life or destroy life.
Very true.
Many of them have access to government, they have access to
policies, to legislation
policies and stuff, right? They can influence a change.
Oh yes.
So I think that is an area where your passion can meet with your purpose. But on looking at them,
they're not the same.
They're not the same. They're not the same. Passion is what you love doing. You derive pleasure from it. It's you. It gives you pleasure. Purpose is what you pour yourself into for other people to benefit.
Wow.
Yes.
That's amazing. Whew. Goodness. Awesome. So thank you. So now let's go back to when you were speaking earlier about, your environment. and you're speaking that, okay, you have to know who you are, you know where
Yes.
you're going, understand that you're in a position where, you know, you're uncomfortable, and there has to be more. You know, before you now either make a decision to move or to seek better pastures or to just, you know, accept your current situation and stay there. So what was the thing for you that made you decide that, okay, I have to change and I have to seek better? Because I
Okay.
understand, you know, there are people who feel like, yes, I'm uncomfortable, but it's familiar, so let me just stay here, rather than change, aim for better, and still find out, okay, I mean, better is actually probably better. I hope you understand the question.
Yeah. The first thing for me, and this might sound shocking. The first thing for me was I need to be in a good place myself, mentally and in all ramification. I need to be in a good space,
Okay.
right? Now, you cannot offer what you don't have,
True.
right? You can't pour something out from an empty container. So if I'm still in that situation of unfulfillment, I'm still unhappy, I'm still struggling with basic things, how can I even think of helping others?
Someone else. That is true.
Right?
That
So
is
the first
true.
thing is for me to put myself in a good space, in a good soil, in a good environment where when I plant myself well and I grow, other people can reap
Can benefit.
from me. If I'm on a soil where nothing grows from me, I have nothing to give to people. I have nothing to offer to people.
Wow.
So the struggle at the start was, nah, nothing is happening for me here. And I know things that are inside of me. But if I don't move myself to a better place where these things can be planted and you know, grow, I can't even talk of harvest.
Wow.
So that was where I started from. It wasn't like just discovered, hey, I need to do this for people. I need to do no. Personally, I wasn't even okay.
Okay.
Let me put it that way. I was not okay. I was not happy with myself. I was looking at my future like it's because I don't see anything changing in few years down the line in Nigeria then. So I thought, you know what? I can't continue to struggle with this system because it's not going to change. The problem is bigger than me as an individual. So I need to sort out myself. So I came here. I journeyed into the unknown because I didn't know what I was coming here to meet.
True.
But I had just one goal, to make this place work.
Okay.
You know?
Okay.
So along the line, when I started settling, when I started becoming, of course, there are still challenges, but I've gone past that basic struggles, you know?
Okay.
Then I'm able now to look at what I can offer. Now, how did this happen? What I do naturally, or what people come to me for, all of a sudden feels like, yes, this is what I think I want to be. So, for example, I find myself always wanting to put people, like point them in the right direction. You know, I believe people will do better if they know better.
True.
So I'm not quick to condemn people who are making wrong choices. And I believe they're acting based on the limit of the information they have or the limit of their knowledge or wisdom. If they're exposed to better stuff, I believe they will do better or they will make better choices.
Okay.
So when I see people around me making wrong choices, I have that ability to see things far ahead.
Okay.
I have that deeper insight. I see things. Maybe I have a third eye in the middle of my head. I don't know. But I just look at things and I see other perspective things,
Okay.
and I'm able to just, put it out there for people to see. And oftentimes there are areas where they've never even considered.
Wow. Okay.
And then, without even going to people, some would just say, oh, they're dealing with issues like this and it's been a struggle, and something just minister to them to
Ask
talk to me. It's this happens a lot.
Yes.
So, and
I can
I'll
testify
ask
to
them,
that
okay,
actually. Definitely.
yeah. You saying something?
I said I can testify to that actually,
Oh,
because
okay.
the time when we
So,
were in London, yes, I saw a lot of that.
So, and I would hear them out, and not by my own power of thinking or anything like that. The wisdom of God, the Creator, I will be able to find a solution to whatever the issue is. So over time, this has become like the area where I think my purpose is.
It's like,
and it might look insignificant, but I tell you what, if you know the damage, just one wrong decision,
yes,
life, you would know that.
Yes.
You would know that good counsel is not something
invaluable.
to joke with.
Oh my God.
Just one wrong decision can cost you 10 years of struggle.
Wow.
So if you're able to get somebody who gives you good counsel, don't
joke with them. Don't take them lightly.
Yes, don't take it lightly. Don't rubbish them. Don't think. No, you have to value people like that. People who are able to tell you the truth and who are able to give you good and wise counsel. No, you know. So that's my that's one part of my life, and over time, now when you now talk about my other talent or abilities or
this is where I was actually going to come to. Actually, I was going to ask you that question. Because you have so much talent and so much skills, I'm just thinking that how did you come to now decide that, okay, this is not my purpose. This is not my purpose. This is where I feel like I am serving my purpose. Even though I'm still developing these skills and I'm still very efficient and proficient in these other skills, how did you decipher that? Because there are some people who don't have skills, and then for them it's a different fight. But for you, you have a lot. So how do you know which is which?
Okay. I've tried to explain a bit of my purpose.
Yeah.
Right? So having understood that, my life is such that I see myself as a spring that don't bring two temperatures of water. I don't bring out cold and
hot.
Warm. I try to, if it's cold, it's cold. If it's warm, it's warm.
Okay.
So what I try to do now is to now harness my skills and talent and things I could do towards that purpose, to serve that purpose.
Okay.
So when you listen to some of my songs, they are to direct people to live on the right path.
That is true.
So
that is true.
My song speak the same message, and I know it's far-reaching because some people will stumble upon it without even knowing who sang it.
Yeah.
So you don't even have to know me to get the message.
Whew.
Also in clothing that I do, I'm wearing one of it, and this one is called, I don't know if you can see it.
Yeah, we can see it.
So I call it Bojuri. So, and you can see the eyes, you can see like the spiral, which signifies mysteries. You can see a mouth, and then you can see the 99, the logo of the brand. And this one is simply saying it's not everything the eye sees that the mouth must speak.
Wow.
This is a message. Some people's problem is they must say everything. Everything they must say. If they just live their life quietly and don't open their mouth,
they would be in a different
their
position.
life won't be complicated. They won't be where they are. So this is so sad.
Wow, that is true.
This is serving my purpose.
Mm.
And so, and the other content I create as well, everything is geared towards enlightening people,
Wow.
opening up people's mindset, letting them know who they are. Because that is the first thing. That's what people don't know. If you can't find out yourself, you can't do anything else.
That's true. That's
You
true.
just be roaming about on the surface of this earth. If they say this is what is happening now, you join them. If they say this is where they live now, you go there. But if you know yourself, you make your own decision, you run your own life the way your life should be. So, and also, I write skits and stuff like that on Facebook and all these things. It's also towards that purpose. I picked that particular character, the Geo, to be able to pour out so much that I've experienced and things that I know people are getting wrong. And I put it out in such a way that people won't struggle with it. It's a mixture of joke and truth. So at the end of the day, it's easy for people to open up, accept it, go through it, and find themselves in it, and then make necessary adjustments. So everything I do, or anything I can do, or the ones I'll still learn, everything is working towards that purpose of making people to make right choices, to know what they should know, to learn, and to live according to life principles. Yeah.
Wow. Amen. Actually, I think you're one of the very few people who I have interviewed who has this, would I say, skill, or has this purpose, to make someone like understand a bit more. Because there are some people who it is their life's goal in some way to help people smile or feel better, or maybe but for you it's unique because it cuts to the heart. And because when you were speaking about decisions that can change someone's life, that hit me so much, because I'm thinking about things that I feel like if only I had known, I would be in a completely different space. I would be in a different. I'll be completely different. I won't be this person. But so that is invaluable. Oh man, Gio. Anyway, please. So the next question is: how do you think your faith has impacted your purpose, or the understanding, or the pursuit towards your purpose? How do you think your faith has impacted that?
Okay, I'll try to explain this as best as I can.
Okay.
Because that's another aspect where you keep learning. Okay. I was born into a Christian home. Okay. You learn all the basic things you have to learn and stuff like that.
Morality.
But that doesn't mean that everything you were taught are correct or are the truth. Okay. So as you move on in life, you begin to learn more. Okay. And like I said, when you're ready to live life in an open way, when your mind is not closed towards life, you would really grow.
Okay.
When you are not narrow-minded, because there are people when they don't want to listen to anything that is outside.
Yes, that is contrary to what they know, what they are comfortable with.
People like that don't go far. You have to live life with an open mind and learn from everything around you. So over time, of course, my faith geared me toward a particular path. Okay. Is believing in God as the source of everything. That hasn't changed. But few things have changed over time in terms of other aspects of my faith. Okay. That I hold, or that I used to be in the past. Okay. But the only way that my faith has contributed towards my purpose is that I didn't take the understanding of the Bible from what people say.
Ah, okay.
because
Okay.
it can be twisted to suit the speaker.
True. Very, very true.
But when you study the Bible yourself, there's so many things in the Bible that are examples for us on how to live our life. So to put it simply, I see Bible as a manual for me.
Okay. Okay.
So, for example, you buy a piece of electronic. It comes with manufacturer's manual, which helps you how to operate that gadget. Likewise, I treated the Bible as such.
Okay. Okay.
I pick lessons or principles from things that happen in it, and not just the story or whatever thing. So if we want to talk about whether some of the things that happen there are real or not, that is subject to debate.
Okay.
But I focus on the principles.
And the principles are timeless.
Yes, the principles behind some of the things that happen. So, for example, let's look at the story of Joseph when he was lured by Potiphar's wife to have sex with her.
Okay.
It wasn't in Potiphar's house that Joseph learned not to touch another man's wife. He has learned it ahead of time. The principle behind that is the battleground is not where you learn to use your ammunition. You must have trained to know how to use this thing before you get to the battleground. The battleground is a place of execution. You kill or be killed.
You stand or you fall.
Joseph was adamant, despite all the threat and duties and all these things, that no, I can't do this. And you can hear from the statement he said, I can't do this and sin before God, my maker, not even before your husband. Right? So for people who are going into marriage, some people will say, oh, when I'm married, I will stop chasing girlfriend. No, you can't stop. You will continue.
If you were doing it before, you will continue. Yes.
So you must have conquered yourself before going into that phase. Marriage won't stop you cheating. You will continue. You will only be smarter so that the person you are living with now won't know.
Your husband doesn't know.
Right? Because before you do it without care, because
there's no commitment, there's no covenant.
So you must have conquered self, conquered that desire before you go into marriage. If you know you haven't beaten that habit, then don't go into that next step, because you will yourself hurt a lot of people, bring ridicule to yourself, So stay in that position until you conquer that before you move to the next thing. So these are principles that I personally picked from that faith. Things that happen that are written in the Bible, I take them beyond the face level. I take them beyond the stories. I take them beyond, but I look deeper into the principles behind this and how it can guide me towards living a successful life. And once I know these things, put them to work, and I see that they work, then I add it to things I need to share with people. So, and that is how my faith has contributed towards my passion. It has helped me learn certain principles of life, which I've used myself, that has helped me so far. And I believe principles work, regardless who applies it, whether it's a believer or non-believer.
Yes.
And then when you look at Genesis 3, it talks about from the sweat of your brow will you eat till you return to the ground. You don't need anything else. You don't need anyone else to tell you that prayer can can magically bring money. Prayer or do sowing seed or going to programs after program can magically bring money or success to you. No, you have to work. That is the principle, nothing more. So go and sow from today till tomorrow. You are just wasting the little resources you have with you. Go and pray from today till tomorrow. Nothing will happen. If you must pray for anything at all, maybe you pray for insight, you pray for guidance. But
how to work smart.
Must work. It is from your effort that you will get gains for you to live. That is the principle.
Okay, so can I just maybe, because I understand where you're going, I completely understand, but I think there is also another principle, in which is give, you will receive. That is another principle. A closed hand cannot receive. Yes, can we agree? Okay, so I'm not saying you have to sow into a specific church, into a specific ministry, but the idea that you also have to give to receive is still a principle.
Yes. It is. Let me explain that.
Okay.
In a bigger concept.
Okay.
Life, the way it was structured, it was structured that you can't live it alone.
True. Very true.
Life has been built such that things happen for you and I based on interactions. Right? So I'm in search of something. So I'm on my way to get that thing. I don't know where that thing is. I meet you on the way. You ask me for a direction of where I'm coming from. That is what you are in search of. So I give you that direction, or I tell you how to go about it because I'm coming from there.
Yeah.
Your situation has been solved. Mine hasn't. So I'm still on my way.
Okay.
So when we talk about giving, don't let us limit it all the time to money.
Finance. Okay.
Money money wasn't even in existence as at that time we're talking about.
Very true.
You created money. And that's why you see currencies differ from countries to country.
Yeah.
So money is not all the focus we should have. We should look at bigger things we can offer to people.
Okay.
There are things you can offer to people that would make them have abundance.
That's worth more than money.
That's worth more than money. You know, I told somebody recently that if I'm thirsty, I would rather dig a well than ask for a cup of water.
That is wisdom.
That cup of water, I'll finish it, I'll be thirsty again. Then I have to go and beg again. But if I dig a well,
it will feed a whole community.
I'll because the well will keep, bringing water, and other people can benefit from it as well. So when we talk about giving, when we talk about sowing and all these things like that, let us look beyond money. Okay. There are things you can offer to people that will give them more than that little that you think I'm sowing into this person's life and stuff like that. So that is the bigger way I want you to look at it. So it's a principle. You have to give something because that's the way life is structured. You give, they give back to me. You give to this, then somebody gives to that. How we all make it in life. Nobody can survive in isolation. Nobody can. You can't do everything yourself. You have to bring other people in who have that gifting.
The knowledge that you don't have, the truth that you don't have.
You, and they're giving something. And what they give to you help you to become fulfilled. You give something else to other people. So this thing is more than money.
Whew. Wow. Whew. Brashok, we have to get you back on here again. We have to. I feel like, we're probably gonna even have some questions that we may not be able to answer now. So I think we may have to reschedule again at some point in the future. But yes. So the next question Now, this one, I think it's perfect for you to respond to. Because again, the idea of everyday people is everyday people, we are all in every different facet of life. There are some leaders, there are some followers, there are some in the congregation, there are some in, in the balcony. We're all over the place. So, my question is, you would be considered a leader simply because you have a message, and in the way you present it in different forms. So you have music, you have blogs, you have the Facebook, you also have a business as well. And the thing is, when you put yourself in a position like that, people are going to want to follow you. People are going to want to emulate you. So I guess the question is, how do you deal with the pressure of being a leader?
The first thing I've told myself long time ago is to see myself as just a normal person.
An everyday person.
Yes, normal person. Just live an honest and transparent life. Now, leadership, true leadership, to me is defined as giving yourself for service.
Okay. Giving yourself for service. Okay.
For service. You don't tell them, you don't sit down and dish out instructions. You go do it. They see you and they follow.
Wow. Okay.
You lay your life down for others to see in totality with nothing hidden. And then, like you said, when people start following you,
there's an expectation.
That is the time a leader should now be careful. Okay? Now, the reason is this. It's very, very easy to get carried away. When they start giving you all this adulation, when they start hating you, when they start saying you are the wisest, you are the this, you are the that, and you get carried away and you start losing yourself. Another principle, right? Whether Jesus existed or not is subject to debate according to what is in the Bible.
Okay.
There are times when he sees that people are worshiping him too much, he would take himself out of their midst and go and isolate himself. And there are times he has told them to their faces that you do not seek me for who I am, but for what you can get from me.
That's true.
So these are principles that any leader should pick up. Be careful of the adulations of people. When they are carrying you off your feet, tell them to put you down, that you want to walk. Because the day they will smash you, you will not, they won't be able to pick your pieces. The same people. Was it not the same people was it on Wednesday, put out palm front and everything and sang for Jesus and call him King of Kings and all this?
King of the
Jews. They didn't rank the same people that were shouting, crucify him on Friday.
That's true. 3 days.
They're the same people.
Ooh.
So when you understand that, you will always remind yourself to be true to yourself. The second thing I always tell myself is this: what I don't do, I shouldn't tell people to do it. A fault of mine that I have not yet corrected, I should not be pointing it out in people.
Okay.
So if I say something today, it's either something I'm doing or something that I have to start doing myself.
Okay.
You understand? Because you can't be telling people not to live this kind of life and you in secret
are living that
you will be found out. And this is where pressure comes for leadership, because they are hiding things. They don't want people to see things and stuff like that. Leadership.
So with that, I'm sorry, so sorry to cut you off. With that manner of thinking, it means there are times you will see someone doing something wrong, but you won't say something simply because you're probably dealing with it as well.
Yes, 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 yes. So because I'll be an hypocrite to do that, and one day I'll be found out. I will be found out and disgraced. So I try as much as possible to deal with issues myself. I tell you this, since I started writing things and stuff like that, I've been very careful how I live my life.
Wow.
There are days I want to get angry in public and, people upset me because I'm human.
Yeah.
But I'll quickly tell myself, I don't know who knows me here now. Say this guy, and we're in this age of where they capture everything,
Yeah,
so
everything's on phone.
That helped me to put myself back in check.
Wow.
But the way I live my life is such that even if I commit an error, if I mess up, people won't go like, look at him, because they know I'm a very transparent and open person. I do say it all the time. I can mess up. I can disappoint you. I live my life like I don't live that life of I'm a saint or I try to put myself on a different pedestal and say I'm better than this or that. No, I'm only sharing with you things that I know, things that work, things that I put into practice. Areas where I'm still struggling with as well, I don't go there because I'm not qualified to speak about it.
Wow.
Until I conquer that and I know what it involves, then I go into that area. So when I'm speaking to somebody who is dealing with such an issue, I know when to show empathy. I know when to be forceful. I know when to say this is what you will meet in the next step and stuff like that, because I've gone through that process. So half of the things that I share with people are things that I have gone through myself
personally.
They are not book knowledge, because the superior knowledge can come and dispute those things, and I won't be able to defend them. But you can't tamper with my experience because I experienced it. I passed through it. I know what I'm talking about. You cannot counter that. So I share things from my wealth of experience. And let me even add this. Over time, when I was dealing with so many issues, linked back to my purpose, right? When I was going through so many issues and so on, I'll be asking, why me? Why are all these things happening to me and stuff like that? Remember I said, you can't give what you don't have.
Yeah.
So for me to be able to share all these things, I need to go through them.
Wow.
So my challenges and things I faced were leading me towards my purpose. If I don't go through them and overcome them, I can't help others who will go through the same path. So when people bring issues, I've dealt with it before. I was talking to a lady recently, and over time she started asking me, what books do you read? I said, if I shock you, I don't read. But reading sometimes, that's somebody's opinion, and it can corrupt what I have inside me. So I'm very careful what I open myself to. I said, things that I'm sharing with you are things I've gone through. So what you're talking about, I perfectly understand.
Wow.
Loss of a loved one, addiction, a lot of things like that, challenges and all these things. I've gone through them. I know how I overcame them. Suicide and all these things. I've attempted it twice. Wow. So when I talk about that, I know what I'm talking about. So that is how I think one should live his life. That title, I don't deal with titles. I don't like titles. I don't like red carpet. Even if those times I still go around to sing, when they call me to sing, I find it very,
a humble spot.
One humble corner to just put myself, and they say, come to the front. I say, no. When it's time, just let me know. I'll come and do what I have to do. Immediately I finish, I'm gone. I try as much as possible to avoid all these praise and things like that, because they get into you. you lose yourself, you start carrying shoulder, and that is the beginning of your end.
Wow.
Always stay grounded. Always remind yourself of who you are and why you are doing what you're doing. And I think you will be fine.
Wait, give me a minute, please.
Is that being hot?
Wow. That's a word. That is a word. Thank you. So now this is a question that I think is also just as important, just as important for younger people as well as older people to hear and understand. So I think it's a two-parter. First of all, how would you define success? And do you think financial success equates to you are fulfilling purpose? Do you understand? So the idea that, okay, because if we look at celebrity life or celebrity culture right now, it's those people in positions of, okay, I have 1 million followers, I have this amount of money, I have this amount of people watching me. In this, world or time, we tend to say that those are the people who are fulfilling purpose. Those are the people who are doing it, who are getting it. But is that actually correct? Actually, right. So how would you define success? And do you think financial success equates you are fulfilling purpose?
Okay. Personally, to me, success are those little wins. They're those little achievements you make. Right?
Okay.
So if you ask different people, you'll get different answers.
Exactly. It's subjective to some people.
So that is based on individuals' focus. Right?
Okay.
So if somebody is bidding for a contract and they eventually win that contract, they say they're successful. Right? So it's based on individuals' pursuit. But in the scheme of things, to remove all kind of pressure, because these days people look at other people, they look over their neighbors' fences.
Oh yeah.
And they measure their success by that. And oftentimes, they consider themselves failures.
The grass is always greener. It's always greener.
Rather, if they had focused on themselves, they would see that they are successful. Another principle in the Bible says, people who measure themselves by themselves are foolish. That's a principle that is true. Because when you measure yourself against somebody else who has a different path to follow in life, you would always see yourself as not successful. Because your path is different.
That is true.
Their path is different. So you're comparing two different paths and using that to measure success. They're wrong comparisons. So you have to measure your own success by how far you've gone. So you are this yesterday, you are now today. You're a success.
Wow.
That removes all kind of pressure and all these things that you are chasing somebody, because you are measuring yourself against somebody else. They have a different path, they have a different life to follow, and there are so many things you don't know. They only show those things they want you to see.
Oh yeah, that is true.
The kind of assistance they have, do you know? Where they are cutting corners, do you know? You don't know all these things. Those things are behind the scene. And when you now measure your own effort against people that are not really making as much effort as you are making, and you say yourself you're a failure. No, you have to measure yourself according to all those little steps, accomplishment that you make each time. That is the measure of success. That is how you won't put yourself under undue pressure. When you move from where you are yesterday to a new height today, that is success. When you compare yourself with somebody else, you always see that you don't match up.
Oh yeah.
And then you start thinking you have problem. You don't have no problem. All you're doing is making wrong comparisons. Looking at people that you shouldn't even bother looking at. they're living a different life to yours. And that's why I say people must, first of all, find out who they are. When you know who you are, you create your path. And each time you make progress on that journey of yours, you know that you are successful. And you don't bother with any external pressure or anything like that. They will be there. We can't ignore it. Especially in this age and time where people share.
Oh yes.
Everything.
Yeah, it's all over the media.
So they buy a new car, they share it. How they got the money, you don't know.
Nobody can tell you.
You don't know. And think these things are not the real success. They are material things that anybody can have access to. Right? They are things that you too can get. A car is not something too serious. It's just pieces of metal that somebody coupled together and then put a label on.
True.
If you don't have money, you can walk into a dealership if you have good credit and take one on credit.
True.
Do you have to give testimony for that? That's crazy. That's crazy.
Oh my God. But is it not success? I mean, it is a success, no?
Huh?
It's a success,
Sorry?
no?
It's a success.
It is, no?
Well, it might be for some people, you know?
Okay.
It might be a measure of success because you were working before. Now you don't work
Now you got
anymore.
a car. Okay.
You know? But at the end of the day, when it comes to monthly payment, then you can decide. Your head will be clear at that time. Your eyes will be clear at that time.
Oh my God. When you're struggling now.
Somebody that is not at a level where he should go for such a thing, but looking at somebody else and say, they now have a car. It's only me that don't have a car in their midst.
I need
and
to
you
have
now
a car.
jump into that level. You will struggle badly. You will struggle badly. And then you start thinking somebody is after you, something is happening to your finance. Your finance is being attacked by some evil spirit. No.
You made bad decisions.
It's your decision. Because at the end of the day, what is coming in now is lesser than what is going out.
Oh yes.
You will have problem. There's no gimmicks, no magic, no satanic attack to that. So you must walk according to your own timeline.
Okay.
Do things that won't bring pressure, struggle to you. Measure your success by your little strides.
Okay.
And then to the second question, where you asked if financial success equates to what? Fulfillment?
Yeah, fulfilling your purpose.
My God, that shouldn't even be a question.
But for some people think if you don't have money, you're not doing anything. Why are you here if you don't have money? When I say money, I mean money.
To be honest, I'll tell you this. That is the understanding we have in this age and time that we live now.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
And that is why so many people are running at a speed that they shouldn't be running at. That's why so many people are on that path where they feel their life is worthless. Okay? Because they see everything in terms of currency. I'm not saying we should discard money or say disregard it. No. Because it's you can't survive in this economy
without money.
Without it. You understand? It's a means of exchange. It's a means of doing so many things. And I don't see money more than what I want to spend it on. To be honest, I don't see money more than that. I don't check my bank account. I don't look at whatever balance I have or whatever thing like that. I've set all the direct debit. I've set all my payment, or if I need to take money or whatever thing like that. The only time I get really uncomfortable is if I need to make certain payments and the money is not available.
Okay.
Right? But the moment I can cover my
Your
bills
expenses and bills.
and live a decent life, finish. Finish. I'm not ready to run a race that will shorten my lifespan. I'm not ready to do that. And that's why you see so many people pushing themselves into all kind of danger and harm's way because they're in pursuit of what they shouldn't even go after. Currency, money, all these things like that. And the people that are pushing this agenda, guess what? They don't want you to come closer to them. They like built a fence around themselves. You know why they do that? Because they are living a life of lie. When you get closer to them, you will see all these things. So they rather make themselves bigger than they should be, make you very far away, make you seem like you can't get close to them, or it's this and that, or it's because they have things to hide. They have things to hide. So I'm telling you, money or financial success is not does not equate to fulfillment of purpose. It's more than that. Purpose is what you are created on this earth to do, to serve mankind, to help somebody up. What you are doing now is a purpose. If you don't create this platform to share these things, then people won't hear me. So you're fulfilling a purpose. If this along the line brings you money, good. But I don't think you set out from the start. I want to use this to become rich.
No.
If you have that at the back of your mind, you will be compromised along the line.
Yeah, the content will change. It will
the content
be exactly
will change.
what
you start doing
the money
other
is bringing
things
in.
that will bring people to the page because it's all about views. And things like this, to be honest, let me warn you now. Things like this don't generate views. People don't like listening to things like this because it's boring. You are touching things they don't want to touch. You are saying things they don't want to hear. Tell them 10 steps to becoming a millionaire in 24 hours and see overnight. Sleep, post the video tonight. Tomorrow you will see 350,000 people.
Oh man. That is true though.
And things like that don't exist.
It's
if you know that 10 steps to become a millionaire, would you be doing the video? They don't think. Will you be sharing it? They don't think. But they will come and click.
Yeah, buy the
and they
book,
give you money to
buy the CD.
You don't have no secrets. You are their secret. Luring them to come and watch your video and give you views is your secret to making that million. That's what people don't know. So when you set out to fulfill a purpose, it's not about financial gain. It's not about what you will get in return. It's about what you can give. If along the line, it brings something back to you in terms of financial blessing or whatever blessings it give you, platform, exposure, or whatever thing like that. If it doesn't, you feel fulfilled and you have impacted people positively. And that's where it ends. If you want money, go and work. Find it another means. Get an employment or do whatever thing you have to do to earn. Purpose, don't mix it with financial gain. You will be compromised. It's as simple as that.
Goodness. Whew. Oh my goodness. Thank you, Segun. Like that has flown by. It's like time has just flown by. Honestly.
How long have you done so far?
I think it's probably just gone over an hour. I think it's gone over an hour.
It didn't look like it.
I know, right? I know. Man. But this is good. This is amazing, honestly. I really do appreciate you, sharing, walking in your purpose as well, because if my purpose is to help bring exposure, you are the one who's actually feeding people with wisdom that they need to listen, showing them that there are principles that you can follow. Listen, don't follow what everyone else is doing. because there is a right way to do it. So, I appreciate you. Thank you so much. And honestly, we definitely will have you back on the show. So yeah,
I'll be here.
So once again, we just want to say thank you. Thank you very much for coming.
Thank you for having me.
Awesome. Woo! Well, that was a word. Whew. I really hope you guys took some notes. Really, if you need to watch this again and again and again, this man is full of wisdom. His take on how to be a good leader. My goodness. How we were speaking on the impact of having a bad surrounding. All these things are still pertinent today. So I really hope you guys took some notes on that. Again, like we always say, please like, comment, leave us a comment. If you're not happy with the videos we're putting down, if you're not happy with the content, if you feel like there's something we can change, please let us know. We want to hear from you guys. Please subscribe and hit that notification bell just so you are updated. God bless you guys and stay tuned. We have more coming.